Sad stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from. Everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life if you just ride like a bonfire.
Hello and welcome to Ketterick Farms. We are hopefully getting started here. There's some lights. We can finally see what we're doing. How's it going, everyone? We're gonna go ahead and drop this music on off. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful, Tuesday evening? That song was, what was the name of that song? It's from Bo the Drifter, I believe is the name of the artist, and it's called Simpler Life. How is everyone doing? I missed, my chat just went away. Look at that. We're super organized today. This is what happens when we don't make videos every day anymore. We forget how to use our own software. We've got all kinds of people in chat. Good to see you, Legendary. Stranded Kinson Living on a Player. Nick Stegman, good to see you, man. Godly Devil, Bow Hunter, good to see you guys. Billet, good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing good. 70 degrees. Oof. It is not 70 degrees here. We're going to be jumping into Westby again today. So let's see if I can get everything all set up here for that. Let me see. Gameplay, there we go. Oh, and we've got a flashing light over here. 1 second. There we go, folks. Apologies. We've got all kinds of things going on around me. So my kids have been off school for the last couple of days. And that's been chaos, but it's been extra chaos because my youngest has been sick the last couple of days. And so we've been dealing with sick kids while they're home all day from school. Crazy times. But we're getting there now. Today, hopefully, I've worked out all of the kinks from last stream. We've got the steering wheel running. We've got all the camera and mic issues fixed. So hopefully the sound's good this time as well. I know we were having some problems with vehicle sounds not showing up in some of the last videos. So I think we're good to go. Now, I do have a couple of new mods here that we haven't used before on the map today. So we're going to be checking out some of those. And yeah, let's get this thing fired up. Got my inside game volume all messed up here. Alan Trotter, good to see you, man. Let's get out here to the field and see what's going on. Nick Stegman, 4 months. Happy to have you as part of the community, sir. So you might have noticed from my thumbnail, we do have a baler now set up. We're gonna try and bale some of this straw off of the oat field. We'll get to that in a minute. I wanna make sure that our combine is set up and running first, so we're gonna take a look at that whole setup here, much more detail tonight. And we're going to head on out here to the field. We did finally bust out our other tractor, just because we're running out of things to pull equipment with everything going now that we've got Courseplay running the combine. And I did start Courseplay up on the combine here before the stream started because we've got so much harvesting to do. And since we're using somewhat realistic equipment, that's going to take quite a while to get through. So we busted out the 4955 here, and we're going to use that on the grain cart. I don't like having the duals on here. It makes us a little wide to get up alongside the combine here, but not too shabby, not too shabby. Brian Rutherford, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. Levi, I am not streaming on Twitch. I have streamed on Twitch in the past, but I kind of just consolidated everything to YouTube, and been kind of enjoying just doing things on YouTube at this point. Let's see if I can get whipped around here and catch this guy before he gets to the end. We've got a pretty good setup with this 4955. The interior is actually quite good, and it looks like my steering wheel's actually going to work out tonight. I'm actually a little bit too close to that pipe. There we go. Trying to find an appropriate gear here to get alongside this guy and not go too fast. There we go. Looking good. McKnight Gaming, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate the continued support there, sir. And yeah, let's check out the interior here. Let me get to the end here. Whoa. We're putting the grain out on the ground. If we jump in here, so I used to drive a 4850, and it was set up pretty much like this, the 15 speed. It's looking good. I'm trying to think here. The gears are just slightly off. But the interior looks really good. I like how it looks. It reminds me a lot of the 4850 that I used to drive, and I think they had a very similar interior style. So definitely digging it, and the exterior details are nice as well. Looks like we've emptied everything out of the combine, so we're going to go ahead and run this up to the farm here, and see if we can dump this all into the bin. We've got quite a few oats here. I'm not too worried about filling up our bin, but we do have quite a few oats. Do I have a steering wheel? I do have a steering wheel that I'm using. I'm not always the best at using it. Sometimes I like to just reach over and use the keyboard. So if you see me kind of hunched forward, it's because I'm just using the keyboard by default. But I do have a nice Logitech steering wheel here. I think it's the G920. It's whichever one the Xbox/PC variant is. There is one that works with PlayStation and PC as well, but the Xbox one worked better for me. And Leonard Farms, when is the map going to be released? Great question. I was talking to MB Farms this morning, actually, and he said he's going to get me an updated version of the map that has bug fixes for all the stuff that's been reported. And then hopefully, if we test that out and there's not too many issues, we're going to, he's hoping to release that, I think he said towards this coming weekend. So it really just depends on what kind of issues get found. But I know he's excited to get this released out to the community. We'll get on the exterior here, make it a little bit easier so I don't run into anything. Ryan Lunt, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. VR's in Minnesota. It's good to see you guys. Always happy to have you in the stream. Hope the family is doing well. Let's see if I can get up alongside this auger without crashing into it. These duels are going to make that a little interesting. Oh, we just missed it. Let's see. There. Oh, it's such a touchy thing when I'm this far away. There we go. We'll get this going. I got to jump out real quick, though, and get this 4040 started up. There we go. It is dumping into the bins. So I do like having to actually run the auger tractor to unload. It's just such a nice little touch here. Definitely enjoying it. Are we going to see some cows tonight? Good question, Pop Graybeard. I'm not sure if we're going to get the cows tonight or if we're going to get set up for the cows. The goal for today is to get through some of this harvest and get the straw picked up, and then hopefully figure out how we're going to start cutting some grass, because that's really what's keeping us from the cows, is having something to feed them. So we're going to fire up this 4240 here, I think, while that's unloading. We don't really need to sit there. Well, actually, gas is expensive in FS22. And machines run through this fuel so much faster than they used to. So we're going to hop in these two tractors real quick and just shut them back off since we're all done unloading here. And then we're going to get started on baling up some of this straw, because I'd really like to also get something started on tillage here at some point soon. And so we've got lots and lots of jobs. We could probably use about 3 more tractors / workers on the map here. And I just pitched a bale completely over the wagon here. Let me go grab that before I forget about it. We've been doing so good. You can see I kind of got started here. I wanted to take a thumbnail or a screenshot for the thumbnail, and we made a round with the baler, and it looks like this thing just doesn't quite have the oomph to pull this up the hill. We're gonna have to maybe take it at a slight angle here. I'm loving that things are slipping a little bit here when you've got a good load going up some of these hills. That's something that's going to be really fun on this map, is not just being able to drive all over and do whatever you want with any tractor. We've got some serious wheel slip going on here that we've got to worry about. So that's kind of cool. Let's get on the straight here and see if I can catch up on chat. The hills are legit on this map. Yes, sir. They are legit. It's made driving the smaller side hill combine a lot more fun, though, I will say. Having an actual use for that. But some of these smaller pieces of equipment, it's been tricky a couple of times, especially this 4240 gets a little bit of slip on the back there. Where did you get the gravity wagon and the baler setup from? So the gravity wagon is released by Tired Iron Modding on his itch.io page. The link to his Facebook, I believe, which will have his itch.io page on it, is in the description of the video. And then the John Deere baler, that's a great question. That was released by one of the guys that just moved over to Itch not too long ago. I've got a bunch of mods from Rooster, Scooter's Workbench, Tired Iron Modding. Oh man, a couple other people. Jono released a bunch of stuff, but I can't recall who released the John Deere baler now. Old man Jeb, welcome to the stream, man. It's going good. Glad to see ya. We're gonna grab a random swath here and make a round back down to the other end, and we're gonna go see how this barn works with the hayloft. I'm kind of curious how these bales are gonna go up in the loft of this barn. And so that's the real reason that we're bailing on this map, is I want to see how these mechanics work, test them out here, see if there's any issues. But I've never done a baler quite like this. Like, I usually use the stacking balers where it tosses it back there and then it gets auto-stacked. This is just pure chaos, so I'm not entirely sure how we're supposed to get all the bales back out of this trailer, but we're going to find out. So both the bale trailer as well as the hayloft in the barn here are going to get some serious testing here in a little bit. There we go, Country Fisher. It is from Jono, which I do apologize. Jono is kind of rebranded as 46 Mods now, so I will have to try and remember that, but he's got an itch.io page, which should be 46-mods or 46mods.itch.io. And we're full here, so I'm going to try and pick up the few bales that have fallen off here and toss them up in the trailer, and then we're gonna go ahead and run this up to the barn so that we don't keep losing bales all over the field. The whole point is not to have to continue to clean them up here. I think they're just falling off the front, aren't they? Oh my goodness, it's a circus. Where's my circus music? I don't want to stand up on this baler, it's still running. Tell you what, let's jump in here, turn this baler off. We'll climb up here and see if we can't wrestle a few of these in a little bit better, because I just know they're going to fall off as soon as we get going here. So in the future, don't try to get so many up in the trailer. Got it. Now, if I remember correctly, this baler will fold up and this whole rig will pull a little bit straighter. There we go. I'm liking it. The baler is from Rooster. I knew something was from Rooster. I've got a bunch of mods from Rooster on here too. And yes, if all goes well, this map could be released this weekend. That is, I know, the target for MB Farms, but as everyone knows, modding is more of an art than a science. And so, you know, it'll be done when the bugs are fixed. That's when it'll get released, but it's definitely getting close. So let's see here. I think this is a door on the right-hand side of the bale trailer here. I think we can dump them out of the trailer. I'm just not quite sure how this is going to work. And so we're going to pull up here. And with my luck, it's going to dump on the wrong side of the trailer, and I'll get really frustrated, but we'll find out in a second here. I've got open cover options and unfold bale trailer options, so I don't know what those are going to do. I'm guessing maybe open cover is going to open the back. It looks like the back is designed to dump these all out, but we'll find out. Pleasant View Farms. There is a wonderful, shiny new John Deere cultivator back here waiting to be used. So this is a mod that Pleasant View Farms has been working on and sent a copy over. In fact, I believe he's released this. I saw a link for it on the Discord, on my Discord channel. So I can't wait to get this thing out in the field. Should be a lot of fun. I'm loving that we've got so many old school equipment mods here available to be used on this farm. On the, you know, it's a nice smaller farm setup, so we're going to be taking advantage of that for sure. Now I'm going to click here, and that's going to open this up and give me a little conveyor belt here, and we're going to be able to dump these bales in here if I can figure out how this whole getup works. And so here we go. I'm going to pull up in here, and I'm really hoping... Oh, it's just going to start sucking them out. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, there you go. I don't even have to get in there and throw them out. All those bales have gone up into the barn here. Now, the real question is, how do I get them back out? I think, if I'm not mistaken... in here, we're going to be able to get them out as loose. So, you know, essentially the equivalent of, you know, jumping up there and tearing those bales apart and tossing them into a trailer. So I'll be able to use them in, you know, either a TMR mix type setup or just put them into a blower and go put them into the cow area where we want it. There's some really cool manure mods, manure spreader mods, I should say, that I'd love to get a chance to try out. So we're going to definitely be using some of this straw as well, I think. But I'm liking it. We're going to leave the conveyor out and the gates open. We don't have the cows yet, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's get through this. This is some pretty rough terrain. We're going to do some damage to our baler going over hills like that. Sam, the map will be released hopefully this weekend, but maybe a little bit longer. Depends on how the bug fixing and such goes. I've been working with MB Farms on testing this out. In fact, that's kind of what we're doing in this series, is just putting the map through its paces, making sure we're testing a lot of different things. So we'll be giving that a shot for sure here over the next several days. He said he's got a new version coming for me sometime later tonight, so I'm looking forward to upgrading the save, hopefully, and figuring out how that's going to work. And let's see if I can manage to make it up this hill this time around. We'll take one more pass with the baler here, and then I think that combine's probably going to be ready to get unloaded, so we've got to get that 4955 up there and keep it moving as well. Welcome to the stream, Oliver. Good to see you. We're slipping something fierce. I guess it doesn't help that I'm in 8th gear. Let's drop that down a few. And we're going to have to jump out here and pick up this bale as well. We've lost all kinds of bales earlier. That's all right. They're a nice small bales, so I can pick them up by hand, just like the good old days. And yeah, it's a cultivator, a field cultivator, so it's probably not going to plow or subsoil by default. As always with Farm Sim, that's a super easy edit to do. I've definitely edited that in the past, but in this case, we've got a nice old school, like 7-bottom plow we'll be using for the actual plowing, and then we'll be using the cultivator there to prep the seed bed before planting, or, you know, if we need to do some light tillage on any fields that don't require an actual plow state. And does anyone have good seeder mod for FS19, an old one? Well, we do actually have a pretty cool older 12-row planter here. I don't have any good seeders as of yet, but I think there's a few out there. I'm trying to think. There's a Great Plains seeder that's already been converted over, and maybe a few others that I've seen. Volcano, the bale launcher, exactly. This thing is too much fun. I've never used one of these, really. I was always kind of afraid of the physics in FS19, but it seemed like a perfect fit for this farm, so we're going for it. Tom Eversman, hello from Minnesota. Good to see you, my home state. We'll get going here. Is the plow a land or a furrow plow? That's a good question. I'm not sure what the difference is. That's right. Tyson did release an edit of the 8350 Deere drill. That would be a good one for a small farm. Derek from Minnesota as well. We've got all kinds of peeps from Minnesota. I was born and spent my teenage years in the southern Minnesota area myself. Did a lot of moving in between there, but Jake, yes, this map will only be for PC. There we go. Pleasant View Farms with the definition for me. The furrow has... So I used to run... when we had I forget what it was now, maybe a 5-bottom plow that we ran for a few things. And, you know, so you had like the plow dual on the other side, and you would put the right-hand side of the tractor right in the furrow there. So that's what I'm used to. I'm not sure what the one I've got in the shed here is, actually, though. I haven't hooked it up yet. I just downloaded it and tossed it on here. It is a case plow, though, so that's the unfortunate part. I was hoping to get, like, all John Deere equipment here, but we've got some New Holland, we've got some case. It's all good. We're mixing it up a little bit this time. So we're going to go ahead. We're not full yet, but I'm going to run this back up because I don't know if I'll make a full round without making a mess again. And yeah, Pleasant View Farms, I think it is the one that Scooter released. It's the case 7-bottom plow. That I think he released a few different case mods. And it was the only older style bottomed plow that I could find at the time. Because there's you know, you could get a small ripper or something like that, but I wanted to go with a little bit older school style tillage to start out with, at least. Then I can upgrade some things eventually. Well, let's slow down so we don't run into the problem we did last time where we had a spare bale left in the front because it bounced over. There we go. Alright, I'm going to park this up near the bins and grab that 4955 and go make sure that our combine's still running. Dylan, do you think you could do large-scale grain on this map, even though it's set up for smaller scale? Yeah, absolutely. And I say that with just a moment of hesitation, not too much. You'll have to do, in my opinion, a little bit of work to get it set up for larger scale farming. And that would be just not like work, but if I pop open the map here, this is a 4X map, so even though there's a ton of smaller fields, there's still some big ones. Down here, there's some pretty big fields, but these smaller fields, you could just plow all of these strips together, turn it into a single field. I mean, if you look at this, it's not a small field. It's just in a lot of sections here, so if you were to plow those together, you could absolutely run a little bit larger, medium to large scale equipment and get away with it on this map. RXZ Gaming, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. We're getting into the swing of things here. We keep having life get in the way, but we're still eking out a few videos a week. Strand and Kansan. Funny that some people consider an 8430 old, exactly. Ty, the hay wagon was something that I believe Dennis Farms released to go along with the baler. We were debating earlier who released the baler. It was either Rooster or Jono. There's a few floating around, so. Now, I've lost my... Oh, there it is. My combine here. He's up here going to town. I'm surprised Coursplay's actually been handling some of these fields. Not all of them, but some of these fields pretty well. So we're excited about that. Especially, I think it actually helps that I'm using smaller equipment rather than bigger equipment. I haven't really had too many problems with Courseplay getting hung up on things. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, we took out some oats. I think I've got a thing here. There we go. Do I use manual transmission? I do. So I've got it set up. I've got toggles on my steering wheel right now that I'm trying to teach myself to use for shifting the gears up and down. So if you look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see I'm in 13th gear right now out of 15. And then I think it's spacebar that I can tap to go into reverse gears. When I get into a tractor that has gear ranges, things get a little trickier. I do have to hit some keys on my keyboard to switch ranges, but typically, you know, when you're kind of working with a tractor, you can leave it in a single range and not have to switch out in and out of ranges too often. And Farm Sim's got kind of an easy mode for the gear shifting anyway, so it doesn't really, you know, kill the tractor or die out on me too much. So let's see here, though. I want to get into an appropriate miles per hour. We're going way too fast. There we go. He's not moving especially fast, that's for sure. Dairy Deer, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Levi, I believe the K7 bottom plow was on Scooter's workbench. We were just talking about it. My brain cannot keep up. Yeah, Pleasant View Farms released his mods right on my Discord server. We have a mods, FS22 mods folder where you can find them. Farm Sim Jim, good to see you, man. We're reading chat and we slowed down. $8430 articulated is an old one. Yeah, that's a nice tractor. All right, I'm pretty sure that the combine is emptied here. We've got 38% in our gravity wagon. It looks like more than 38%, but we'll take it. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I just put this in the grass area here, the waterway. Hopefully, I'll be out of the way of our harvester and we'll figure out when he needs to be emptied next. Let's run this truck back it up to the farm rather than tabbing through all the vehicles. And Farm Sim Jim, that's Courseplay running on that old combine right now. So yeah, I've been running it on there and it's working great. No problems whatsoever, to be honest. Let's see, I'm gonna, this Dodge is cool, it looks cool, but the gearing on it's just a little bit strange, so first gear goes 36 miles an hour. And I will say I've got quite a few mods on this save, as you can see just from my driving around. We got lots of equipment here, and so if it is a mod conflict, I would maybe check. I've seen a little bit of oddity with auto drive and Courseplay depending on how things are set up. So, yep, we've got this nice International 720 that we got from Scooter's Workbench. So, at least I'm 90% sure that's where I got it. Can't wait. And then I'm really looking forward to getting this New Holland Forge harvester out in the field. This was a conversion from FS19 that Dairy Deer, who's in chat there, did. We've got all kinds of stuff to do, so let's get to it. Enough flapping our gums. We got to figure out where we left this tractor. Wes Henry, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see ya. HUD, where did I find the truck? Ah, man. Expendables Modding Facebook group, most likely. I think that's one that Buck launched there. I can't remember. Rentalman Buck, I think, pushed that out on the Expendables modding site. So we're going to try and wrap up this field here real quick. Looks like we're almost done if we can make it up the hill here. This tractor likes to slip. We're probably geared up too high. Let's drop ourselves down a couple gears, see if we can make it up the hill. hoping Courseplay gets refill courses soon. That'll be good on the bigger fields for sure. I think on these smaller farms, I haven't really felt the need for a refill course yet. Yeah, Brian, we'll find out when we start doing tillage here. This field actually does need to be plowed. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get this straw off is I know that's going to be a slow process, plowing with a 7-bottom plow. And I want to get going on the tillage here at some point as well. There we go. Now that we've got up the hill, we can kick this thing into gear. It's not so much a horsepower problem with this tractor as it is a slippage. The wheels tend to slip a bit. But yeah, I'm going to be looking to get some of the slightly bigger, older equipment here on the farm eventually and, you know, maybe progress through some different equipment as we get going here. We definitely need to get some corn planted in some of these fields because we're going to be doing a fair amount of silage. I want to get both of those staves filled up with as much silage as we can. And we've got a couple of normal bunks here that we could put silage in as well. So maybe we'll do it all just to test the different mechanics. I haven't done any of this stuff in FS22 yet, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Faber Farming, welcome to the stream, Julian. Hope you're doing well, sir. Long time no see. Let's spin back around here. I think we've got some scraggly bits here, which is, I know, going to make a few people upset, but we're going to probably leave a few of these. It's not worth our time to try and circle up and get every little bit. King 305, this is a John Deere 348 baler. Yeah, it's funny, my kids got sick the last couple of days, and then I'm starting to go under the weather again, but luckily we've managed to avoid the whole COVID situation so far. So I hope you're continuing to do okay there, sir. Pleasant View Farms, appreciate you swinging by. We'll definitely be getting that cultivator out into the field here in the next couple episodes. Hope you have a good evening, sir. I've missed a trailer load in all the missed piles, probably. Especially with how these small bales go. They add up pretty quick. We've got all of these little curvy bits down here too. This field was abnormally shaped, and I was just driving every which way when I was loading things up. It made a mess down here. Try and find the Big Roy mod. I've never heard of Big Roy. I'm not even sure what that is. Aaron Jones, appreciate the comment back there, bud. Alec, this is probably the best map in FS22. You know, I have to say, I've gotten to, do map review videos on a handful of maps now, and we've got quite a few maps coming out. And when this releases, I can say this is probably going to be one of the most detailed and, for me, realistic feeling maps in FS22 for sure. It's just really well put together. I like it a lot. All right. Baling on this hill is going to be a struggle, I think. So I'm going to just whip around here, try and pick up some of these really big piles, and we'll get back up here and check on our harvester, because I think we're getting close to done with that big field up there. And we got to get it down here on some of these smaller fields. where course play is not going to recognize the field, and so we're going to have to drive the combine ourselves some tonight as well, which is okay with me. Driving combine is one of the funnest jobs you can do, for sure. Big Roy is a prototype versatile 4-axle tractor. Oh, that would be a cool mod if somebody did that. Alright, I think we're going to call that close enough. And folding is not allowed when there's a bale loaded. Can I unload a bale? There we go. Maybe not. It'll sit in the chute. That's alright. Calmsden is the gold standard, Dan. That might be true. I have downloaded it. I didn't get a chance to really check it out in any meaningful detail. And maybe I should, you know, asterisk myself there with that and say one of the best American maps for sure, because I don't really find the opportunity to play many of the European style maps. Not because I wouldn't enjoy it or be interested in it, but I will, I'll blame the audience. I think that I've kind of focused on that American based farming, and that's what does well on my YouTube channel. So we're gonna kind of focus in on that. I think we might occasionally jump in and play on another map sometimes, but it tends to be hard to run a series on anything that's not North American based on the channel. All right, let's park this, and then we'll jump back up here into the 4955. And it looks like our combine is up here and turning right now, so this is a perfect opportunity to unload him on the go. We're almost done up here, so maybe we will unload him and then see about going and grabbing that tillage equipment, or I guess I could come up here and grab the rake. We've got a fair amount of straw up here. We're not going to make it up here in time. Maybe if I can get him to pop out with his auger before he turns. No dice. No dice. Oh, that's terrifying. All right. So much for catching him before the end. Let's zip back up here, and we'll catch him on the next pass. Up we go. Where do the bales go? Yep, they all get stacked up in the loft. I don't think they actually render them up there, which would be a nightmare for performance reasons probably. But once they're in the loft, there's a little chute that you can get it back out as loose. Yeah, Derry, exactly. We were talking about that earlier in the stream. I was saying I really don't like running this little gravity wagon on this big tractor. I want to go put this on the plow right now. That was the intent for the 4955, was to go run our plow. Let's see here if I can find the right speed. Tiny Man, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. We'll fill up this back corner. Maybe back up a little bit. Looking like we're getting full there in the back. This thing says I'm 54% full, but this thing looks pretty full to me. I don't know what's going on. We're going to go ahead and just run it up to the farm either way, though. Colton, it's been a while. Welcome to the stream, man. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, I've got cruise control on, but it's set at 4 miles an hour. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the manual transmission. It kind of just breaks up what you're doing, gives you something active to do while you're farming, especially with some of the slower jobs, you know, running grain cart, tillage, etc. Gives you a little bit finer tune on the control without having to rely completely on cruise control as well, which is kind of cool. Did raking straw get too slow? I haven't done any raking tonight yet. We had raked up this field on the last video, I believe, so we probably need to do a little bit more raking once we get done with the field that we're in with the harvester. I really want to do a little bit of, what do you call it? Of plowing today too. I really want to try out that plow and make sure that's going to work. Maybe we'll have regrets and we'll need to get a bigger plow. See if I can not mess this up this time and have to back up a bunch of times. There we go. And we better hurry up and get the 4440 running, or the 4040, I'm sorry. Get this grain going into the bin. I'm kind of curious to see where we're at from a total grain perspective as well. So let's hop over here and take a look. Oh, we're getting there. We've got almost 30,000 liters in here. That's getting good. Selling this at the elevator is going to be interesting. I haven't looked at prices on the map yet. I think FarmSim, I thought I saw that FarmSim patched and made it so that this screen is accurate again. I'm not sure. Maybe that's coming in the next patch. Either way, August is a terrible time to be selling oats. So we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully closer to January we'll see a high price. Maybe we'll have to buy a truck of some kind by then. All right, 4044 is... Shut up. Oh, we didn't need to shut that off. We need to pull this out here a little bit so that we can easily pick it up. And we'll get this tractor on tillage. Now, we used to run one of these small grain carts behind the pickup back in the day. I don't know how safe that was, but we definitely did it. And so I think we're going to probably hook the pickup up to that to bring it up there when we need it again, just so that we can get the tillage going here. Let's see if we can do this in cab. Need the mod where I can lean out the back window to see the 3-point. Close enough. There, it's all hooked up. Whoa, we're gonna put it through the back wall. Alright, let's see what we got with this plow. I just love these older, what are they called? Sound guard cabs with the bar down the window right where the exhaust is. That's all the tractors I grew up farming with had this style cab. Loving it. Loving it. Large H, welcome to the stream, man. Always good to see ya. Now, what's the right... So, I'm trying to think here about plowing this up. We didn't want to be dragging the plow just yet. Oh, we've hit the tree, my goodness. Alright, let's see here. This is the downside with the manual transmission, is too many things going on sometimes to pay attention to gears and everything else. Now, if I want to plow, would I plow with my left to the outside or my right to the outside? It seems like it would be awfully hard to gauge distance, although I've got the dual on here, and that's not going to work very good at all. I think I would put my right tire on the outside. This just doesn't feel right. I don't remember ever looking to the left while I was doing this, so I think what we're going to do, we're just driving in circles all the time. Oh, there we go. Plow right to the outside. See, everybody's got my back. We're going to go around the field this way so that I can see what the heck I'm doing. Here we go. I am going to take headlands off first. Not how I would probably do this in real life, but I want to be able to hire a worker on this, and this particular field not set up so well for course play because there's these little grass areas all over it. So we're gonna take the headland here a couple passes and then let the worker do this job for a while. We probably should have lifted that up on the turn as well. Too many buttons to press, too many things going on. But I'll just, this isn't actually what I was doing. Oh no, stop, stop. My goodness. We didn't do anything, nothing to see here. Not quite intentional, but you can see we do have multi-terrain angle down here. I can't talk and drive at the same time tonight, apparently. So we're going to take some headlands off here. Yeah, Justin, that's what I would usually do. If I remember right, is we didn't do a lot of normal tillage, but the couple of times we did, we would start in the middle of the field and kind of work around that island towards the outside edges, especially in something narrow like this. And then you'd come back around and hit the headlands and the outsides last. Dairy Deer gonna sneak an X9 in the back gate to finish up the oats. Yeah. I think our other vehicle's almost done here, our harvester. He's still costing me money, so he must not be done, but he looks stopped over there, so maybe I need to go check on him real quick and get him moved over to another field. $271 people in stream tonight. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, hit that like button. It helps the channel out quite a bit. Yeah, I can't wait for the case, or I guess it wasn't case then, the International Harvester Anteater mod. We used to call it the Snoopy Nose. We're making a royal mess over here. That's all right. We're gonna hop out and jump up here. We are indeed done with this field. So let's go ahead and stop course play and see if we can drop that course real quick. I think I do that on this screen. Clear current course. And we're gonna take this all the way down here and start on one of these smaller fields. So I would love to be able to get a worker going on this next job as well. So maybe we'll try and hit these headlands. I was really hoping to get the plow going and on a worker before we switch jobs here, but it just didn't happen. That's all right. We can run the plow while we've got so many other jobs to do. We got to mow some grass, get some feed for the cattle here too. Lots to do, not enough time. There is a cool disc ripper out. I know Dennis Farms released one that looks really cool. He's got a disc or a VT tool, I should say, that will count as mulching as well as a cultivator, which is really cool. So at some point I want to give that a shot. I think we're going to actually come start over here since we're up here already. I'm 90% sure this is our field. You had to do a 70 acres with a 3-bottom plow. That's 70 acres is not a lot on the one hand, but it's a lot more than you'd think. We used to farm about 800 acres when I was a teenager, and that took a while, and we didn't do a lot of conventional tillage. I can't imagine doing it with a 3-bottom plow. So this is rocking and rolling. I think what I would want to do is update this combine to a 95 something. I know the 9500 series, there was a side hill version of it at some point. I would love to get a larger tractor on here, or a larger combine eventually. This is perfect though. Like if I was really running a farm, a small farm like this would be perfect for it. So this is about the right size, but just for me personally, like this is gonna take a minute to get around this field. I guess we could go in cab. It's funny, this one actually gets louder when you go in cab, so that's always funny. Yeah, the 9550 was a side hill. The eyes look like they're speeding a little bit. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if the STS combines came out or not. Oh, is Tired Iron working on a 9500 side hill? That'd be cool. Because that's what I had. Oh, that's right. He actually mentioned that to me, I think, on stream a couple weeks ago. So well, that would be a perfect upgrade here on this eventually. And that's, I mean, I've really liked this side hill combine. The auto leveling on both the head and the combine has been really fun to see in action here. It just feels all that much realistic. That much more realistic. How many grain acres are we going to run with this combine? That's a good question. I don't actually know how many acres we have. I know there used to be a mod to show the acres in a field, but I don't think it shows by default right now how many acres this field actually is. You used to be able to see it on the purchase screen, but because this is, for multiple reasons, this is one giant field, and if I hop out here, it doesn't actually tell me how many acres are in field info anymore. So I think that must have been a mod that I had in FS, what was it, 19? So I'm going to open this field up though, take a few passes off on this headland, and then set a worker up. Landon, how much RAM does my PC have? I don't even remember. I'm at either 16 or 32 gigs. We'll see how it goes. I've got all my stats actually for my PC are in the video description. If you click, there's an Amazon link in the video description that'll take you to a storefront that has everything in my PC listed out. So you should be able to see there. I had to list it all out somewhere because I couldn't remember. What was in my own computer. It's been built over, you know, the last couple of years. I kind of add things to it and such. Additional field info is back for FS22. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to get that on here because that's the one thing I've been kind of missing, is seeing how much land I've actually got. I'm thinking 3 headland passes should be sufficient to get started here, since I've got this little grass area to my left as well. So here's a great example for those that haven't seen of the side hill on the side of a hill. So the cab of the combine looks nice and flat here. You can see maybe from a back angle the tires are at a tilt, as is the header. So pretty cool stuff. Oh yeah, the original, the 19 mod was an in-game mod hub as well, so that's cool that that's out and available on the in-game mod hub. I'll have to nab that here this week, because knowing a little bit more about the fields and field sizes and stuff is always helpful. MMR Outdoors, good to see ya. Hopefully you're having a good evening. What wheel settings do I use? So I've got a G920, and I put my wheel dead zone at 2%. I find that works the best. And I do have force feedback on here, so I am using it with the force feedback settings turned on. Oh goodness, almost forgot to unmute the mic. I'm coming to the realization that one of my chat windows got froze up. 1 second. We're gonna Alt-Tab, move this around. There we go. And I lost the chat again. Oh, come back. There, I've got chat. Apologies, folks. I clicked off of something or clicked on something behind the game somehow, and away went my chat windows. Yeah, Landon, I have to say, I've been an avid PC player, owner, gamer for most of my life. I own a PS4 and a Xbox One. I don't know why I own both, but I do. And there's a few exclusive games that I've played over there, but for the most part, I find PC to be the more enjoyable experience for just about every kind of game I like to play. Yeah, when FS22 first launched, I felt like the force feedback stuff didn't work very well, but I've found this to be working pretty good. I can't recall. I might have tweaked some of the settings at the Logitech level, but I'm not sure if these are default settings or not at this point. Yeah, Dylan, all the equipment was probably much easier to find because I think I got most of it from like 4 people. But just waiting for the map to come out is the real struggle for most folks at this point. Field Calculator is another good mod on Mod Hub for field areas. Lets you tell you how much fertilizer, lime, seed. Oh, that's actually a really cool point, Argzy. I saw that a while back, and I didn't get a chance to look into it in any detail. But knowing how much seed and fertilizer and stuff you would need on a given field, that would be a really useful mod, in addition to just knowing how big they are. So that's pretty cool. This combine was released by Tired Iron Modding on his itch.io page. Yeah, PC's best for 22, but not your wallet. That is the probably the one downside for PC, is they do tend to cost a bit more than your console on average. I get the added benefit of using my desktop for all of my work and stuff like that, so I can justify it. Dan, I did have to reboot my PC just before the stream to get my steering wheel working again, but that was actually, I think, a Logitech problem, not a FarmSim problem on my end, because Logitech couldn't even detect the steering wheel. Altoona, there has not been a unit convert mod yet. I know Thundar said he was taking a step back from the modding scene, but I don't think he said he was exiting so much as just kind of going behind the scenes. So I'm still holding out hope that we're going to see one eventually. And I'm going to let the in-game worker try and tackle this field for us while we get another pass on the headlands with this plow here. Start the... Oh, I was running the engine all that time? My bad. Harry Deer, what are my thoughts on the DLC announcement? I think it's cool that we've got a DLC coming. I know a lot of people aren't going to necessarily be super engaged in the I'll say the orchard style crops, the deer, or not the deer, I saw a deer, the grapes, the olives, etc. So a lot of that equipment is geared for that, and there's a couple other small pieces of equipment in there I think I saw, like the mower for the alpine map and stuff, but I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I know I saw a lot of people, you know, are like, oh, this is a waste, I'm never going to do that because I don't like doing that kind of farming. But from my standpoint, like the vineyard stuff, the grapes, the olives, that was one of the big new adds to Farm Sim 22. And so I kind of expected one of the expansions to be related to some of that new stuff. So I think it's cool. I don't know if I'm going to do a series on a map where I'm using a lot of that, but maybe, we'll see. A lot of it felt very similar in some ways to the equipment I saw. I went out and visited a blueberry farm here in western Michigan. Cornerstone Ag had me out to check out their operation, and that was really cool. And so I saw some of that kind of stuff out there when I was visiting. You know, not exactly, but some of it. So we'll see. But Precision Farming is supposed to release this spring, they had said originally. So I'm not sure what that means, but we've still got snow on the ground. So I'm not too worried. It's not quite spring yet. They've got a few months. I think as long as they get that thing out before June 1st, that'll count as spring. I was visiting Grant from the squad last year. That was a lot of fun. He's a really cool dude. Got to spend some time on his farm and actually got to drive his skid steer around a little bit. So it was kind of cool to actually, most of the farms I visited, actually, I got to get in a piece of equipment. So I was really happy about that. We're completely lost on where we're going, so we're just going to drive in circles all night, apparently. Zoo. I'm loving that I've got crop destruction on right now. We're driving over all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I'm really hoping to see Precision Farming come out. I'm hoping that Precision Farming isn't one of their expansions. Like, that was a free DLC in 19, and they kind of implied, I don't know if they actually said it, but I think it's supposed to be a free DLC again for FS22. Yeah, I kind of assumed most of the people in my community especially are going to be not as pleased about the first DLC, though, that's for sure. If you're trying to run a more standard American-style farm, you're not going to see a lot of that kind of equipment, you know, an Italian grape, you know, farm equipment. Not really a big win for an American-style farm. I'll agree with that. So, Dylan, you'd love to start a grain operation like Grant, but ain't got Grant money. Yeah, it's not cheap to get into farming. Land especially. Land is the big one. You know, getting access to land is where a lot of people are dumping a lot of money. Some of the older equipment, you know, it's expensive, but it's not prohibitively expensive. You can get some nice smaller equipment and get into farming for, you know, nowhere near what it's going to cost to buy your first field. Let me put it that way. What was the best thing that I got to drive on my farm tour? Oh, well, that would definitely have to have been getting the combine and harvest some corn. That was probably the highlight, I'll say, of the entire trip. I got to get behind the wheel of a combine and harvest some corn, which is the funnest job during fall for sure. The new DLC is just a bunch of made-up equipment. Grapes are grown in a store. Nice. Yeah, not everyone's cup of tea. Giants will have to make up for it with an Unverfirth Oxbow DLC in the summer. Yeah. I'll be curious to see what kinds of DLC we get. Like, if the first one is geared towards the grapes, you know, and is the Italian brand, you know, what are we going to get in the other one? Like, you know, if we continue to get more of the same stuff, I think that's when people are going to be getting frustrated. I think if DLC number 2 comes out and is something completely different again, you know, at least from my end, I'll have, you know, some strong respect there for that. So we'll see. I'm mostly interested in what kind of bug fixes we're going to get in the 1.3 patch. I know there's a ton of stuff out there. In fact, you know, just testing on this map, there's a ton of stuff that is kind of limiting that, you know, it's like, well, this is just how it works right now in the current version of the Giants engine. So, you know, until we can get a fix for that, you know, there's some aspects of like multiplayer especially that just get a little bit clunky at times. And so it'll be interesting to see what they can do to fix up some of the bugs in the game. I'm hoping that 3 headland passes are going to be enough here. I'm seeing that our harvester's not having any problems here on the hill. He's going up and down on this small swath over here, so hopefully everything is going good and we can keep going here. Farmer Z, good to see you, man. You and I keep missing each other. Well, actually, you keep waiting on me to ping you back, and I keep not having any time. But one of these days, sir, I promise you, you and I are going to get together and do something cool. Hope you're doing well, sir. Polycount Taz, good to see you, sir. Welcome to the stream. I did not get a chance to look at that mod that you sent me. I do apologize. I have been all out of sorts this week. I hope you're doing well. Hope a Farming Legends pack with old US style farm equipment. That would be cool. I agree, Deer King. I just don't see it from Giants. I don't see them doing kind of a classic American style farming pack. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing it. I think that anything they do, well, I shouldn't say anything they do. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, they put some amount of effort into the American style map this time. I have to give them a little bit of credit because I felt Elm Creek was a pretty decent map. I had fun on that for a base game map. So maybe they will put some thought into that. We did get more American style equipment this time around, right? Some options to switch right baked into the base game. So, incremental steps forward. It's getting there. It's not perfect, but they're making some effort. I've got to give them credit for that. We're gonna stop wrecking these plow blades as we turn in here. Don't need to break the plow. Oh, we're going to commit the crime. I'm going to do it on the left side. There we go. All right, James Webster in the chat. How you doing, sir? Hopefully well. I owe you a text message soon. We need to connect. JJ Dirty Dan, do I know what happened to MRG mapping? I'm not sure. He's been... I haven't had time to watch any YouTubers lately. I know he's still working on the map. I've seen some updates on Discord from him, so he's got a map in the works. I'm really excited to see when that comes out. Oh my goodness, we can't talk and drive. We're only at 3 for this stream, though. That's surprising since we've been going for over an hour, and I'm trying to do my own driving. But I know MRG's been working on Ashton. Oh yeah, there you go, Carrie. Yep, he's working on Ashton. He's posted some updates on the Discord channel. He's got, and we'll see when it comes out. I'm looking forward to it. He's adding a lot of cool custom things to the map, and that's what really has me interested. Is he's going all out. He's got seed varieties and things like that he's adding in, and so we'll see what happens with it. I'm going to try a worker out on this thing and see how this goes. I'm not entirely sure it's going to work great with this, but who knows? Trying to catch up on chat here. Josh Master, I have heard through the grapevine that the Millennial Farmer map is likely not going to happen, or let me rephrase, I think Mapper's Paradise is not going to prioritize that map. I know they've started work on a couple of their other projects, so hopefully they're going to be working on that stuff, but I have heard no news or even hints that Millennial Farmer's not going to come out. Oh my goodness. Road Warrior 13 with the $50 super chat. Much appreciated, sir. If this guy wasn't on a worker, I'd be losing half of my oats there right now. That's a wide turn. I would need to take like 6 more passes off. A Road Warrior, really appreciate the support there, sir. You are a gentleman. Landon, will I ever do a start from scratch series? This is about as close to start from scratch I've ever done, just because I'm using so much old equipment here. I'm not sure. Like, I know, you know, most people, it's like you start with what, the chainsaw, $0 and a chainsaw, and you build up your farm. We might have to do that at some point. I'm not sure I'm ready for that just yet. We'll see. Polycount, you said you saw Chucky on Farmsim Discord saying that update going to be out this week. Kermit repeated that in the community spotlight stream. Nice. Yeah, I've heard that it's like literally right around the corner, so that doesn't surprise me. Let's get this connected here. Oops. I'm gonna run this up here to the field. I don't know how empty this combine is, but apparently this Dodge has got quite the beefy engine in it, because we're pulling this gravity wagon in first gear at 36 miles an hour. Probably not super realistic, but we're at 80% in the combine, so I do want to get it emptied here. This reminds me of a video I seen on Grant's channel, actually. I'm pretty sure they were unloading with the truck in the field. Wallace Egan with the $10 super chat. Really appreciate the support, sir. Four miles an hour up the hill here. Road Warrior, this map is in testing still. It's going to be released hopefully this weekend. We're working on it, testing with MB Farms. I've got a link to his itch.io page in the description of my video. You can follow for updates as well as on his Facebook page. Alpha Trion, as someone relatively new to the FS franchise, I've been tempted to go back and buy FS19 to try out both Precision Farming and the Millennial Farmer map. Precision Farming really made a big impact on the game, in my opinion. I really enjoyed that DLC. In fact, I think I ran it on every save I had after it came out, so it's really good. Update and Westby, Wisconsin, same week. No way. Yeah, it should be a good weekend. I'm really hoping we don't find any more issues with the map and it can get out this weekend, because I have to say I've really been enjoying it. It's a great map so far. So I'm going to take this down here. We're going to get out of this plowed field. That's a little too bumpy for us. And we're going to just park this down here kind of on the end and see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, Farmer Z, there's a lot of great spots for a farm build on this map. There's some bin sites and stuff that you could just sell off and use one of those spots, or obviously just lots of great areas on the map that could be have farms added to them. So I'm curious to see what comes of that for sure. I felt an obligation, I'll say, to actually play on one of the in-game farms during the testing cycle. And I think I need to go rake something up. So we're going to drop the square baler here and get this set up. And we're going to go and try and pick up this rake and do a little bit of raking here. See if we can power our way up this hill. Woof. Trying to catch up on chat here. I'm ready for the new and improved Michigan map. That'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I actually played on that, really enjoyed it for sure. should do a 70s through 2000s role play. That'd be interesting. I know Grant's been doing one of those over on the squad. I've watched a few of his episodes, and so that seems like he's been having a lot of fun with that series. Let's see if I can get our rake attached here. There we go. And since I did the episode where we did some raking, I figured out that I can actually move this rake hitch and get the two rakes to be a little bit closer to each other, so that I don't have that issue where, what do you call it? The rakes are not going the same. There we go. Now let me see. Oh, I'm trying to find... There's a key combo to lower and raise both of these at the same time. And I can't seem to find it. Apologies. What is it doing? Whatever. Yeah, I apologize. I can't even talk today. I'm doing too many things at once. There's a ability to close this center gap some by holding and pulling on this a little bit. I'm trying to remember which way to go to bring them together a little bit. I think I've got to be on this one, and then I can do like this, so I don't have a gap between the rakes. And so there's like a sweet spot right in here, and I don't lose straw. It's Control plus lower keybind by default, Control V. We'll try that 1 second. Let's see. Control V. I need to be on one of them. There it is. Cool. So we just back up a little bit here and do Control V again. Sweet, it works. It just doesn't update the icon right away. That's what I was missing. Awesome. That's going to save me a lot of hassle with this thing for sure. In real life, there's no hydraulic raise or lower on these roller bar rakes. Yeah, I know. There's a little get out and pull the handle thing. We're gonna put our headland pass into this middle section, and then hopefully get in here and start going on the up-down rows. Are these straw drops default on the map, or was the combine configured for it? I don't actually know. I've had a couple of people comment on it. I think it's partially because it's such a small combine, and we're getting so little straw out the back that it looks a little bit funny, but it's also a little bit wider than I would normally expect. So, see, we're still missing a little bit here. I want to try and pull this in a smidge. That'll be better. We're going to lose a little bit of distance, but I don't want to keep missing straw between the rakes, that's for sure. I've got a nice wheel rake sitting in my mod folder as well, I think from Wade Mitch modding, that I've told myself when I get sick of doing this, I may have to switch that out and try the different style rake there. I think it's actually a little bit bigger too, so it might work just a bit bigger, or a bit better. Now, what I can't recall is if I did the headlands here. It doesn't look like I did a whole headland pass, so that's unfortunate. We're going to lower these back down and just kind of try to push these straggly bits into a row of some kind. And maybe we'll continue on this messy bit. And then I will switch gears and try to hit this top part. I'd really like to be going the other way with this rake when I do it, though. So that's what I'm kind of frustrated about right now, is I'm just in the wrong position because I turned around up there. So maybe we'll just cut through here and grab the headlands here and start forcing them into a pile. Hey, Farmer Tech 51, how you doing, sir? Hopefully well. Long time no see. All the old combines do that. The Gleaner, the 915, it's the header size. Yeah. I am running the... Am I running the 215 header? No, I think I'm running... Is it a 324? There was 2 headers released with the side hill, and I'm running the larger one for sure. Charlie, this map is not yet available. Hopefully this weekend. It's coming soon. MB Farms has been working on it with Tired Iron Modding, and they told me I'd get a new version later tonight, hopefully, and we will test that out. And if we don't find any major issues, they're hoping to have everything else cleaned up and ready to go for a weekend release. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. I'll definitely be sharing a post out on both social media, and I'll probably do a community post on YouTube as well when that comes out, because I know so many people are looking forward to this map. But hopefully this weekend. I always say that with an asterisk, as you never know what could happen between now and then. But that's what they told me earlier today, is that they're working towards a hopefully this weekend release. Genesis Gaming, you don't plan on playing another map when this one releases? Yeah, this looks like this has been a really cool map. I'm really excited to be getting to play on it a little bit early here. It's been a ton of fun. Goodness, the tickle in the throat is real today, folks. Where in Westby is this based out of? It's based out of a town called Westby, Wisconsin. It's a real life place. I actually drove past, or right near it. It was funny, I didn't realize until I had gone too far that I could have taken a different road and actually drove through Westby, Wisconsin, which would have been cool. Superfly missed a spot. Yeah, we missed a couple. We're going for good enough, not perfect tonight. We've got to make a few of you guys twitch, I think. Plus, this equipment is just not well suited to perfection, mostly because of my driving, but also because it's small. Jake, we were just talking about this. I should probably pin a post here on the chat, but the map is not out yet. Hopefully in the next week here. They're working towards a weekend release this weekend, but we'll see. All right, let me see if I can put a cruise control on for a second, and I will pop open the thing here. And you are correct. I'm using the 215 side hill. I was thinking of the 224 for the other combine, but we are using the 215 side hill. Sam, you're converting an 8820 from 19. You're looking forward to using on Westby. That'd be a good size for this map. All right, we need to take a break from raking before I gouge my eyeballs out. So we're gonna wrap this part up right here on this curve now that we've got that all cleaned up. Get this raised up, and we will Head back over here and check on the plow. We also need to check and see if the combine needs to be emptied. It's probably done over here. So let's go see how that's working. I'm going to park this rake right up here on the end in case I need to come grab it later. So many little missed bits here. But I'm just going to spin this around and we'll put it right here, I think. That way I know where we left it. And this is looking good. Let's hop out over here. It looks like our combine got confused. Whoops. So let's zip on over here and help him out a little bit. Hopefully he's not been sitting here doing nothing for too long. We've got one whole pass left on this part of the field. Fire it up. Got some good sounds on this combine too. I've really enjoyed it. If we get to the end here, I think I can get this all in one pass, which is awesome. Let's see if I can drive with the front on view here. I always get in my head, I always get so turned around trying to farm at different angles, especially when I'm making videos and I'm trying to like do a cool scenic shot for a time lapse or a montage or whatever. It's funny how much of that footage gets thrown away because I don't know which way to push the joystick, and it's usually the wrong way. You'd think after all these years of making videos I could drive a tractor backwards better, but not so much. There we go. So we've got that. We might as well empty this out before we get going on the next section. I'm hoping these little smaller land sections down here on the bottom of the hill are going to go a little bit quicker. I can only imagine that all this work on the hill has slowed us down a little bit. There we are, almost empty. Looks like that grain cart's pretty heaped up now, but I suspect it's not actually all that full. But it fills up fast, that's for sure. Let's get this pipe back in. I'm going to take the headlands off over here by the bushes first, I think. Give us some room. We'll just take all three of these pieces off while we're here and driving. So satisfying when the last row fits with the header perfectly exactly. No wasted energy. I guess we could even go back in cab a little bit here. I always find it so hard to see the end of the header, even when it's short, and it's not that it's too long, it's just the dust and everything else make it really hard to see where we're going. Not, excuse me, not unlike real life, but it's just a little bit of a pain. So we're going to go in cab for this. I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally drive off into the silage pit there. That would be bad. No GPS. Yeah, this is, I could have put GPS on here, but it's a bit of an older machine. Definitely didn't have GPS when this machine came out, so we're doing it manually. Do I have a stopping stream time? We usually run to at least 11. I try to keep my streams at, 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer, but we'll definitely go till at least 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, people are correct. This will not be available on all platforms. This is PC only. Sam, I've used that John Deere 6000 sprayer a handful of times in past series. It's a really cool mod. I actually thought about converting it for this series, but we've got a pull-behind sprayer that we're going to use, but that's been a fun mod. And it cracks me up how many people that are in the modding scene are in the Michigan area, because I know R.D. Allen's out on the west side of Michigan. I've not had a chance to meet up with him, but I've used to watch a bunch of his live streams and stuff. I I really liked his competitive multiplayer stuff that they used to do. So always wanted to maybe come up with a way to try and implement a competitive multiplayer setup with some people. We'll have to think about that at some point. County Line, I checked it out briefly, but I did not jump into it. The early version that I saw, the very first version that was released, still had some issues, but it looks like it has the potential to be a cool map. I never got around to playing it in FS19 either. I know it's been around for a while, and a lot of people really like it, so one of these days we might get around to checking it out, but not anytime soon, most likely. Quick question related to internet and streaming. What megabits per second do you get? Stream looks great. So I'm streaming in 1080p, but I do stream at 30 frames a second because I find for farm sim, streaming at 60 doesn't really help you out too much. Things aren't moving that fast that you need that many frames. So I cap my stream upload at 6 megabits a second. So you don't really need any more than that for your upload for 1080p at 30 frames a second. It works pretty good. Stone Valley 2.0. There's another map that I never really got into. I know Lancy Boy, I believe, is the modder there. He's getting close on releasing that. Should be good. Godly Devil in the stream, sir. Always good to see ya. I'll try to remember after the stream. I'm gonna pop on and update some mods on the multiplayer server. For those that don't know, if you become a channel member, we do run some multiplayer servers for the channel members, and we're currently running a couple of maps. We've got an Elm Creek edit that McKnight Gaming put together that really kind of cleaned up a bunch of the things with Elm Creek and made it more playable, especially for multiplayer. And then we're running a Shellbrook, which was or Shell Creek, I should say, that was released by Camille Mapping, a large 4X Canadian style map that's been a lot of fun. And then as soon as this one is ready, so hopefully this weekend, we'll be launching another multiplayer server on Westby, Wisconsin, because this map is absolutely probably the best multiplayer map that I've seen yet for Farm Sim 22. It does come with, I think it's 7 built-out farms and a couple of bin sites, and so you could have 8 full farms on here using the built-in farms, or you're going to be able to sell off a good chunk of those buildings and go do your own things. So that's going to be awesome. Faber Farming working his way towards that magical 1,000 subscriber mark. 150 to go. It's funny, like for me, it took so long to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then everything just kind of took off from there. So it's definitely it's a grind. It's you got to put your time in to get there, but it feels so satisfying when you hit that point. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, Altoona Gaming with the $22 super chat. Much appreciated. I actually got the Stream Beats notification, or Stream Beats, the Stream Elements notification before I got the chat notification. That's really crazy. So appreciate the support, sir. Means a lot. 2222 on February 22nd of 2022. Only 200 years to go until we can get that perfect 22222. Too many twos. Yeah, Farmer Taz. It's funny, as so many great YouTubers out there in the farm sim space, and the people that I watch, a lot of the people that I check in on their videos are the people that haven't gotten past 1,000 subs yet. It's so many great people in the smaller end of the spectrum there, I'll say, and that just goes to show it's I don't know, it's about trying to get your name out there and get people to hop over and watch. And one of the things I've liked about this community and some of the other communities I hang out in Farm Sim Guy, Argsy Gaming is in here, or was in here earlier. He's probably still chilling somewhere in the background. It's trying to help out some of the smaller guys, and I know that, all three of us at least, and a lot of other people, love to spotlight other YouTubers and, just kind of help people get, more awareness. I remember I got to go and be part of the Farm Sim show with DJ Go Ham and Clutch a while back. Jeez, it feels like a lifetime ago, sometime last year. That was a lot of fun. And so they're, out there trying to, just get some awareness out there for people. And that's one of the things that I've always just loved about the Farm Sim community in general, is seeing so many people out there to try and help and support each other. So definitely head on over and check out some of these guys that you see in chat that are trying to build up their YouTube presence. In fact, I know we had at the beginning of the stream one of the channel members, Legendary. He's got a YouTube channel. He's one of the farms I went out and visited last fall, and he's got a dairy farm in Wisconsin. So I've been pinging him left and right about setting up my stuff on Westby, and I haven't done a lot of cow, dairy farming, especially in my playthroughs, and so we're gonna try and take things up a notch and mix things up, and get some advice from the community and make sure we're doing things good. My eye just started watering. I can't read chat all of a sudden. Apologies. Nitro Dad in the chat. Always good to see you, sir. I can read your comment as soon as I'm able. I'm dying over here. Oh my goodness. Did they actually add land to that map to make it a 4x, or just increase the dem size of the 1x map? No. So well, I don't know the technical of how they accomplished it, but if you look at the map here, the original Westby map was this bottom corner. And so we've got just the bottom corner here that used to be the original Westby map. Oh, my wife is here. Hello, hon.
Did the son came to you?
No.
He's at his room.
Okay. We're missing our 5-year-old, so she's looking for him. He's not down here, though. That's always encouraging. But so the Westby map was just that bottom corner, and then they add all the other parts of the map are new maps. So that's going to be really exciting for people that played on the original Westby map, is to see the rest of the terrain that's available here. Yeah, my 5-year-old was sick over the weekend here in the last couple of days, and he's feeling better now. But all of a sudden, I'm having all these symptoms out of nowhere. It's not going to be good. Toby Neal, good to see you. Yeah, Nitro Dad, I agree. Like, it's almost a whole new map. They kind of redid the areas that were there, so I don't even think they started with the original map. They just used it as a reference point and rebuilt everything from scratch. So that's going to be awesome when you get around to seeing some of these other parts. I mean, that's one of the reasons I picked this farm to farm on, is it's in a new section of the map that I hadn't gotten to play in yet. Daniel Stafford, the little kids disappear out of their bedrooms too. Yep. It's not the first time. Usually he just tries to sneak into our bed. My guess is, since neither me or my wife are up there at the moment, that he's probably snuck into his big brother's room. So my wife just came back to let me know that is actually the case, and I shouldn't be worried. So he's hiding out up there, but he has been found. I mean, it's only 10:43. 5-year-old, he was supposed to be in bed at 8 o'clock, so always something with kids, that's for sure. 3 vids in 2 weeks. It's a slow comeback. That it is, sir. That it is. Every time I think we're getting back on our feet, the house goes down with an illness or something, so we'll get there. We'll get there. How do you get on the old school farming Facebook? I don't know. I've been a member of that group for so long now that I don't even remember how. I think I think it's just a Facebook group, so all you've got to do is request to join. Now, I've said that. It could be one of those groups that is taking itself private and isn't accepting new members at the moment. I'm not sure. That's a great question from Farm Sim Jim. Kind of a question. Are you working on a new map for FS22 Nitro, Dad? I would love to know the answer to that. I think I've got enough of the headlands off here. I'm going to try and square this angled bit off so I can start a worker. Building Farm 3 now on your map. 80% complete. Well, I'm going to have to find a better way to keep tabs on that, because I definitely love the Nitro Dad maps. I think I've done a series on just about every map he's released, so that is going to be fun to see a Nitro Dad map on Farm Sim 22. Old school farming needs a description thing to join. I couldn't tell you. I'm so tired of Facebook groups, I'll say. I'm so glad to see a lot of modders have moved to at least hosting their mods on like itch.io and other platforms. Because keeping tabs on things on Facebook I just find is a very clunky interface in general. It's just there hasn't been better platforms for people to do it. So I get why it's on Facebook, but at the same time, the less time I have to spend on Facebook, the happier I generally are. Dylan, you tried to make a dem for your area, but all of the data is small sections. You don't know how to pull it together for a map. That's an area I've never gotten into too much. I know there's some tools and different processes out there to help you to make a dem for your map, but I've just not gotten into any of that myself. All right, so I'm gonna try and get the gravity wagon over here and unload this combine one more time with our Dodge pickup here. This thing has been an absolute beast, and it looks like our plow is actually done over here. Oh no, it's just gotten lost. We'll have to go find the plow in a second too. Let's see here. I'm waiting for the combine to turn around. Oh, it's going to be facing the wrong way when it turns around. All right, so what we're going to do in that case is just head on up to the other end of this field, and we'll catch him on the way back down, because that will be pretty near a full gravity wagon for us here. How many cows does the pasture hold? Great question. Let's go look. I don't actually know. I want to say the dairy barn is holding 100 or 200, somewhere in that range. Oh, I can't actually see here. All right, let's run up here real quick. I think I know where the triggers for both of these are. We'll come right up here, I think is where you put the cows in. Okay, so the dairy is 80 cows. And then in the pasture, I believe we've got the capability of doing, I want to say it's 200 in the pasture. But let's see here. Oh, I'm wrong. It's only 35. I am way off. I'm used to, the last barns I was doing some testing on was a big dairy down here, and these hold a lot more cows. So 35 out in the pasture, and I said 80 for the dairy barn here, so that's cool. Jump the Dodge off into the bunker silo. Yeah, that's gonna be a recipe for getting stuff stuck, I think. Where are we going? We were getting ready to unload here. And then I gotta figure out how to get that plow moving again. I do like the interior on this Dodge as well. It looks pretty good. We'll see if we can actually do this from in cab here. I think I'm a little bit not close enough. Get over a little bit. Oh, we're going way too fast. Why is this guy going so slow? Unloading on the go up a hill with a pickup truck. Not probably our smartest setup here, but it's working. We might actually fill this gravity wagon up here before we're done. That would be awesome. Alright, it's all empty, so let's do this. See if we can get pulled up to the auger without any struggles. Here we go. Now, I don't know if this is going to work for unloading. I mean, realistically it should. I just know some of the vehicles, I've had don't work when they're hooked up to a pickup. Like if they have a PTO or hydraulics or something, you've got to actually hook it all up the right way. But this is going to work great. When will the map be released? It's been a few minutes since we answered that. It's scheduled for release hopefully this coming weekend if all of the issues get worked out and no new issues arrive. However, I know MB Farms and Tired Iron Modding have been busy last week. They're back at it trying to fix things up, and so hopefully coming soon. But obviously, it just depends on if any more issues get found during testing or not. We're almost empty here. There we go. All emptied out. So let's just pull this thing. Oops, I didn't mean to turn that off. Let's just pull this thing back around and get it parked over here by the field so we can dump into it when we need. And we're going to go check on that plow. It's been a little bit since we were over in the plow. It looks like it got stopped. The worker decided it couldn't do anything else. And so, whoops, let's, whoa, back on the road. Leave this up on the headland here. We've got lots of nice grass ready to get cut here soon. And we've also got some sorghum up there that we need to cut and figure out what we're going to do with. We'll probably turn that into chaff and silage, I think, here at some point, given how the mechanics currently work in Farm Sim. And it looks like this guy did a great job of hopping over the grass into the next line, which is actually a good thing for us. So let's let that go. Let's jump into this plow here and see if we can take this next strip. Boomer was asking where they can find it. Yep, MB Farms itch.io page is where you're going to find it when it's available. The link to that is in the description of the video. So go down there in the description. You'll find links to the itch.io page as well as MB Farm and Tired Iron Farms Facebook pages. So you can follow along for updates. And let's give this thing a few gears, let it go. Don't know how fast we can go with this plow, but apparently we can get clipping. I don't remember plowing at 9 miles an hour with a 7-bottom plow, but that's all right. We'll take it. We need more older machinery with like a plow dual option where you can take off the right dual. William, welcome to the stream, man. Great farmer, also glad you found your son. Yeah, it was a little bit concerning because my office that I do my streaming and stuff in is in the basement of the house, and our son's bedroom is up on the second floor. So if she made her way all the way down to the basement looking for him, he was hiding pretty good. The stream notifications are both A, a little bit wonky, and B, Stream Elements tries to do a good job of making sure if you unsub and resub at any point that you don't get a second notification. Cuts down on the spam there. So let's see if I can just finish up this little spot down here. Turn out onto the road. We're kind of in an awkward way with these bushes. We gotta figure out what we're doing. I think we're gonna take some more headland pass off down here maybe. Give us a little bit more room to turn around with all these bushes and stuff. Punchwall, I do not think this is going to end up on the in-game mod hub. I think MB Farms is only going to be releasing this on his itch.io page. Oh my goodness. We hit the bush. I will say, though, at 9 miles an hour, even though this is a pretty small plow compared to, you know, running a much bigger ripper or something like that on bigger equipment, this isn't going to take that long to do the tillage when we need to do it here. So I'm digging this, and hopefully on this other field up here, after we get the straw off, I'll be able to leverage courseplay to do our plowing. That'll be fun. Probably could have just continued to turn right and then cut into our next section instead of trying to swing all the way back out here. Oh, goodness, folks. I think my voice is going to start waning here soon. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark, but I really want to finish at least this job here. Yeah, William, I hear you on that. Like, it's interesting. You know, my youngest is 5 years old now. My oldest, my stepson, I didn't meet him until he was already 10 years old, and so, you know, I never got the small child experience with him, and it's amazing how stressful small kids can be on you sometimes. It's just they go missing, they do crazy things, and it's just like, what's going on? I'm losing years of my life here every time you do one of these crazy things. Just settle down, please. I'm gonna have to buy a chainsaw and take out some of these bushes here. The ones along the road I like. I think they're nice and decorative, but these ones back here seem a little bit in my way. But maybe I just need to reassess how we're approaching some of our field work down here, because they do look nice. They're very nice and decorative. I'm just a very lazy farmer from time to time. Did you say the link to the John Deere cultivator is on my Discord? Yes, it is. Pleasant View Farms released that. I have an FS22 mods or mod links channel near the top of the server list, or near the top of the channel list on the server. And you can find the link there. I think it's the most recent one that's been pushed out. Your daughter's 41 and she still does crazy things? Exactly. I've experienced some of that myself now as well. My, well, I mean, my parents are doing crazy things still, so it goes both ways. We'll say it that way. But I've definitely been known to cause some additional gray hairs even in my current age. Will we get any lightsaber chainsaws for May the 4th? I hope so. That was a cool... They did some cool Star Wars stuff in FS19. I know a lot of people groaned and didn't think it was all that cool, but I'm a big fan. Alright, we've completely mucked this up where if I'd hit that pass correctly, I could have cleaned it up on this pass, but we might have to make this one last turnaround to get that little spot there. I see a little spot right here that I'm going to pick up too. Because I'm pretty sure our planter is not a direct drill, so we're going to have little spots in our field if we don't get these taken care of. We need a Baby Yoda weight to go with the minion weight. That would be hilarious. Alright, I'm going to take this up here and park it, but we don't have any other fields that need to be plowed until we can get through the rest of our raking and baling up here. And then we're still harvesting down on the other field. Let's go check on the harvester and see how that's going. We probably could have set the rake up on a course play course, to be honest, now that I'm thinking of it. But we're already a quarter of the way done with our raking, I think, so we'll just do it manually when the time comes. We don't have a lot of grain in the hopper yet here. The yields on these oats have not been stellar. They're okay. Pop, you want to see the grinder that comes with the map? I mean, I can show you what it looks like, but I don't have anything to mix into it. So you get this grind mixer. It's the Gel Mixall. This has been floating around in FS19, used for a lot of things. And so it's a pretty well-used mod at this point by a lot of different modders. But this is going to be set up to grind the grain feeds into mineral feed, I believe, is its purpose. And then you can use that mineral feed in your animal feed mixes. Charlie, I'll definitely be posting in my Discord server when this map comes out. To make sure everybody knows, I'll also be posting on my other social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, etc., to make sure everybody knows that the map has finally released. We're going to run down here and grab the truck and do... Oh, we might need to help this guy turn around first. Let's make sure he's going to be good to go. Hopefully, he figures out this weird grass strip. And we'll get over here in the truck and unload him. We're getting close to being done with this particular field. What other mods come with the map? There's a number of placeables that come with the map that are released by other modders, but are included with the map for different reasons. So we've got the some of the dairy barns are placeables. I know Tired Iron put together a few. Who else put together a few? I forget the modder's name. Let me open the menu up here. It'll remind me, I suspect. Where is that screen? Is it in here? I can look to see the barns, animals. Tired Iron did one, and then JMF has this Thai style barn. So JMF has some really cool feed systems in his barns that are on the map as well. And feed on this map, the feed mechanics have been altered somewhat, so you have a mineral component to feed now. If we look at, I think it'll show up if I just go to one of these. Not so much, but essentially the cows for dairy are going to require both hay, silage, and mineral feed. So when you're making your TMR, there's a mineral feed mechanic now, so we'll get into that as we get animals. I'm hoping to get animals in the next episode or two. we've got to cut grass in our next actual episode. So later this week, we'll do an episode. We'll get into mowing some grass and getting feed into the bunks so that we can finally buy some animals. Because without feed for the animals, they're going to die off pretty quick. Do I know of a 4020 for PC? Like this? This is a 4040. I don't know of a 4020. I know I've got a 20 or a more 40 series. There's a bunch of 40 series stuff out. There's a 30 series as well, but I haven't seen a 4020 yet at this point. I do know that I'm pretty sure the reason this combine is going so slow is it probably needs to have its header fixed. Because it seems to be going slower and slower here, so... I don't know how to see the repair rate on the header compared to the combine itself without taking it up to a repair point, which I don't know that we have on our farm, to be honest. Paul, they don't actually benefit from the mineral feed in-game. It's been added for those that wanted more realism. Yeah, it's possible. I actually haven't looked into how those mechanics work. I know they've changed a bunch of the mechanics and stuff as well. So we've got just a couple passes left here. We're not going to get that much wheat off of this. Let's just run this a little bit that we've got in the gravity wagon up to the auger here and then take stock of how much grain we've got in the bin. I'm kind of curious how many oats we've managed to pull in so far. Let's get this unloading here. What days, seasons, and time would you recommend for a lonely single-player farm sim game? That depends on how big your farm is. I always recommend more than one-day seasons, just so that you can have some variation in weather and also prices and stuff. So, you know, I'd like to kind of see... You know, in the winter, you know, snow, or in the middle of the year, you know, spring, etc., rain and stuff. So I like to run multi-day seasons. I'd probably recommend in this iteration it's months, right? So 3-day months, probably 2 to 3 day months if you've got a small farm. If you got something bigger, maybe longer. We're going to park this right back up on the end of the field here so that I don't have to look around for it when the time comes after a couple more passes. But I think this is probably going to be a good spot for us to wrap things up tonight. It's been a lot of fun. This map is a blast. And I thought doing a live stream here to continue to knock out some of the jobs we've got on the farm would be a great way to break up the normal episodes, because if I were to do these in 15-minute episodes, I'd be making episodes on harvesting these 3 fields for a while. And so this is going to be awesome. I think we'll continue to do this as we play through. There's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be better suited for live streams. So I'll try to move things along in the episodes, and then when we have a longer job or something where it's great or well suited for a live stream, we'll jump into a live stream on our standard Tuesday nights. So hopefully everybody has enjoyed the episode tonight, and I've had a lot of fun talking with everyone. And yeah, if you can drop a like on your way out, that'd be awesome. That's all for today. Kedrick,